Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. It's Michael Day here. We're at the Players Pool and Snooker Lounge for event 3 of the inaugural Supreme Pool Series. It's the Supreme Masters. This is going to be our last live stream match of the evening in the main arena. And what a match it's going to be. It's between Karl Boys and Marc Farnsworth. I'm delighted to be joined in the box by the Pac-Man himself, the man on form. He's on fire. He's not Steve Maguire, he's Greg Batten.
Yeah, cheers, Mike. Happy to be commentating on what promises to be a really good matchup.
Yeah, it's
I haven't seen much of Karl Boys on this particular table.
No.
I've seen plenty of him on the other one, but yeah. He's no doubt a brilliant player. Any cue sport he plays, and yeah, it should be a good match.
This is a winner's side match, so both Karl and Marc have won a game earlier on today. Matches on the winner's side are first to 11. The loser will not be out of the competition. They'll just merely move to the loser's side. And it is black ball rules, so we will go through a few things a little bit later on in the stream if you're not familiar with black ball, but we've seen some great action today, and hopefully we'll see some this evening as well.
Yeah, and straight away, Karl's got a really good chance to take the opening frame. Doesn't seem to be too many problems for him. Just needs to keep good control of the white ball.
Yeah, obviously, like you say, in recent years, most people associate Karl with 9-ball and Moscone Cup, and obviously bigger tables, bigger balls, but you know, his sort of roots are from an English 8-ball background, so he's sort of obviously the Supreme Pool Series with the prize money and, you know, the players in it sort of tempted him back to back play.
Yeah, and he won't be phased at all by playing on this. In the match arena, he's played on numerous big stages before, and he'll probably enjoy it more than he would playing in the other room. So he's got his own club, I think, hasn't he, in Blackpool?
Yeah, I think so, hasn't he? I think got like a business interest up in Blackpool.
Yeah. Cues the ball really nicely. Nice flowing action.
Yeah, very silky, isn't it?
Yeah. Be interesting to see how Marc's playing. I know I was speaking to him earlier, and he said he'd been putting in a bit of time this week. I know he's not been on the sort of best of form, certainly by his high standards. Maybe the last 6 months to a year. A lot of that could be down to the fact that he put a lot of work in to get his new club up and running.
Yeah.
Which is doing really well, and he was saying that he used to go to different clubs to practice with people, and he found that he was playing obviously good players that were testing him and everything else, which is great. But obviously with his own club, as soon as he walks in there to practice, he's got people coming up to him saying how you doing and chatting, and he finds it difficult to sort of perhaps focus as much as he was when he didn't have the club, maybe. But
yeah,
he's such a great player. I'm sure it's only a temporary blip in form.
That was a nice shot from Karl there. Obviously, hammered a little bit, but this back for a breaking dish.
Yeah, good start, and always nice for any player to get off to a good start in the first frame.
Talking about good starts, you've had a fairly good start to the tournament.
Yeah, I was very shocked, to be honest. I normally
so modest,
I normally make a big meal of it in my games, as you've seen. So yeah, really happy to come through this morning comfortably, and then played really well for me tonight against Neil Wren. So yeah, nice that I've got a break now until 4 o'clock tomorrow, and I play Jimmy Croxton. So that'll be another tough match.
Do you obviously, I know you've sort of grown up with, well, not grown up, but like with world rules mainly, but do you prefer playing black ball for the way you play?
Yeah, I do. There's less thinking involved, which always helps, and I do prefer the attacking style. and the fact that it's more open. I do like world rules as well, but yeah, I feel I'm better suited certainly now than I am to world rules, because I just don't play them anymore.
We've seen a fair few big players who have already lost today, so that they've been pushed onto the loser side. I mean, Phil Harrison.
Yeah, I looked at that earlier, and I was looking through the names. I was thinking,
Yeah.
machine.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
who's who, isn't it, in the losers side already?
Phil Harrison. I know Liam Dunster's been moved over there.
Yeah.
Mark Boyles lost first thing on the stream this morning, so he's on the losers section.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a minefield for people to get through that losers side. That's a great break from Mark.
Yeah, we were saying that Mick Hill's got a problem with his neck.
Oh, is he?
At the minute, yeah. He was very slow starting in his match earlier on. He did win comfortably, but you could physically see he was sort of grimacing, and he mentioned it to Lee Kendall in the interview afterwards. So,
what's he done to it then? He damaged it all?
I don't know exactly how he done it, but he said he's been struggling with it this week, and he was even thinking about pulling out.
All right.
But the issue he said he felt quite awkward if he did pull out, because there's people who bet on him. There's a Calcutta also as well. It kind of would have put the tournament organisers in a bit of a tricky situation, because he already missed the first event of the year. So if he was to pull out, possibility that he might not have been eligible to play
in the final,
in the grand final.
Yeah.
So. But I don't know if that's. I'm not saying that he hasn't got a bad neck, but maybe sometimes people say they'll take a little bit of pressure off themselves or detract things away. So.
And it wouldn't be a bad thing. I mean, someone like Mick, who gets most of the attention, as it were, and a lot of pressure on him from external forces. He probably would want to do something like that, perhaps to take a bit of pressure off. Like you say, I'm sure he has got problem, but it's not a bad thing if he loses and he can sort of,
Yeah, I mean, we were talking earlier about the way the format is. You've got it's double elimination basically to the last 16. Someone's got to beat Mick Hill twice. Mick Hill's got to be beaten twice for him, not to reach the last 16, which is a big effort. We've seen though, and obviously single knockout, like Phil Harrison last event. Took him to the cleaners. Obviously, Mick struggling to get a ball for the break, but he is beatable. But to be beaten twice, it's very likely he's going to be in the business.
Not only that, though, like you say, if you watch that match, Phil played absolutely brilliant. Hardly missed a ball,
he was so clinical.
And Mick couldn't get a ball off the break. So
exactly.
That's the way. That is the way. Probably one of the only ways you can beat someone of his stature. You have to play faultless pull and hope that he's on a slightly off day as well. So.
Yeah.
So Mark's just got to cue this nicely, make sure he gets the right pace on the white. He's played that really well.
Yeah, that's A1, isn't it?
Yeah. Confident start by both players.
Yeah. Can't go better than this. Okay, so it's 1-1. We're just going to very quickly look at the other score lines in the other arena where there's 15 tables. So I'll quickly just run through a few of the bigger names perhaps. We've got Darren Appleton's 2-1 up on Liam White. Dave Fernandez 2-0 up on Cannon Singleton. Mike King and John McAllister are locked at 3-3. Ireland's Karl O'Donoghue's made a fast start. He's 4-0 up on Matthew Schofield. So is Mick Hill. We've been talking about Mick Hill. He's 5-1 up on Brian Halcrow. So, his neck's obviously not posing him an issue in terms of the scoreline. Damrock Vickers 3-0 with Darryl Whitworth. Whitworth is the conqueror of Phil Harrison earlier on today. And Sean Chipperfield, former world champion. We know how dangerous he can be. He's 5-1 up on Stefan Rizidi. And Yannick Beaufils, a fantastic player from France, former world finalist. He come through a deciding frame finish against Scott Ross earlier. But he's currently 3-1 down to Josh Kane.
Yeah, so some good matches going on. Everywhere you look, there's big players playing. Everyone in the winner's side will be desperate to win this match, because it gives them almost the day off tomorrow, in that they don't play until 4 o'clock. So they can come down here, they can watch a couple of matches, relax, get something to eat, and I think It's a big difference between everyone else in the loser side that's playing match after match, starting at 10 o'clock. I know Jez Graham, who got demoted to there, is playing at 10 tomorrow.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a long road back for.
It's certainly a long, really long road back, isn't it? If you push them to the loser side straight away.
Yeah.
And of course now, because this event's been slightly tweaked, so 16 go through. Tonight's winners are halfway there in terms of matches, wins needed on the winner's side. If you win 4 straight games,
you're into the 16.
You're into the 16, so you're guaranteed to come back the Sunday. You're guaranteed of a paycheck, and then you're in the mix. So
yeah. What do the 16 get then? Are they guaranteed money? Are they?
Yeah, 375 to the last 16.
Yeah.
I think it's £1,000 or it's £1,500 for. Of course, I know the winner's obviously 13,000.
Yeah, I think run-up's 5, 2 for semis, grand for quarters.
So so it's the final. Obviously, both finalists, the prize money is really bumped up.
Yeah.
This event.
Yeah. The run-up gets what the winners are getting for the last 2 events.
Yeah, it's
Wow. He's got that break working well.
But it's not just the money. This is the prestige of winning an event like this where everybody's here. And
yeah.
I mean, you got a beautiful trophy as well. I mean, that would take some
lifting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I was about to say, if Mickey was to win that, he might need a bit of help lifting it.
Yeah. So I wonder, is Karl gonna? Yeah, he's gonna go reds here, and don't blame him for that. He probably wants to get on the red at the top of the table in the bulk as soon as he can, probably off the next shot. Just lining his cue up as to where he wants it to be, and he'll look to then top that in so that he can get on the 2 reds closest to the 2 yellows together.
He wants to be at worst straight, doesn't he? On the red, really.
Doesn't want to be wrong side of it,
Yeah.
so that he's going into the yellow. So a bit of top on this, cue it well. Yeah, it's. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, you can see he's not just like a couple more revolutions. I mean, he's still got a shot, but it's going to make things. It's going to pose possibly a couple of problems further down the line.
So did you travel up this morning?
Yeah, we travelled up this morning, and a bit of a nightmare journey.
Was it?
On the way up.
What time did you leave?
Wasn't until 9:15 after Darren had
decided to get out of bed.
Yeah, kind of like that.
And what time did you get here?
We got her about 10 to 3. So,
10 to 3?
10 to 3. So they
Blimey.
literally got out of the car, parked the car outside.
What time were they playing?
3 o'clock.
Oh my
God. So it was really good preparation.
Wow. 10 to 3. So it was just problems on the motorway and stuff? Or?
Yeah, it's just, roadworks and traffic.
That was a really good shot from Karl. He forced an angle that wasn't there. Sort of power stunned it. And he should be 2-1 up now, you'd think.
Yeah. It's a nice little cannon on the yellows to keep the Cuba where he wanted.
You can see in his demeanour he's up for this, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he might have been spurred on even by like the odds that the in-house odds that we've been given up. They Marc Farnsworth up as rightly so the favourite, but I think he was quite a heavy favourite. I'm not quite sure what the odds exactly were, but there is an argument that there is a bit of value in Karl.
Yeah.
In this match, so that might have sort of buoyed him on a bit. Excuse the pun, but.
He certainly got to grips with the pace of the table, no problem. Just needs to cue this one nicely. Never in doubt.
Yeah, so a nice start by Karl, boys. He's very clinical. Chances that he's been given his take. So a little look at the other score lines around the room. Craig Brown and Max Nosco is now 10-all. So Craig's come back from 10-7 down there. So that's a hill game. Neil Raybone's on the hill against Gareth Higgins. He's 10-6 up. Ian Alley is 5-2 up on Rich Wharton. Sean Chipperfield is now 6-1 up on Stefan Rizidi. Darren McVicker's just got his nose in front against Darryl Whitworth. He's 4-3 up. John McAllister is just shading it against Mike King. He's 4-3 up as well. Karl O'Donoghue's still not dropped a frame. He's 5-0 up against Matthew Schofield. And Harjeet Singh and Jordan have yet to register a frame yet.
Matthew Schofield was the conqueror of Liam Dunster.
Yes, he was, yeah. That was, I'm not quite sure, but apparently he went 10-0 and Liam Dunster tap braked.
Really?
Yeah, apparently. I saw something on the stream that he tap braked. Obviously, he made a legal break, but apparently there was loads of balls in the major rack, so it took quite a while to resolve. But it didn't work for him. He lost.
Didn't quite connect with those as he'd have wanted, but he's still managed to make a ball. Well, there's definitely work to do for Mark in this frame. I think possibly look to go yellows here.
Do you think there's any value in playing the red and then sort of bashing into that side of the sort of cluster of reds, as it were, or
yeah,
would you be
potentially?
going for
I think I'd be going for yellows.
Yeah.
Only because he can pot this yellow, which frees up the other two.
I guess they all go, don't they, somewhere?
Yeah, and then as long as he gets on the yellow into the middle right-hand pocket, he just needs to follow that through, or get on to the two other yellows, and he should be okay. As we know, it's crucial in this game to take the patterns in the right order, and make sure you take the balls in the right order.
Yeah.
Try and make it as easy as you can for yourself. I can see Mike King on table 3, I think it is. He's in the balls and looking good to go 4-all against John McAllister.
That was an interesting match. I know John McAllister's in great form this year on the IPA scene, but
well, they made Mike 2-1.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit of value perhaps for Mike.
Yeah, definitely. Again, a bit like this match, you would have John as favourite, obviously with the form he's been in and what he's been doing on the IPA tour. But yeah, value at 2-1, you'd think, for Mike.
So, as Greg was alluding to earlier, this is the crucial shot, really. If he can get on this yellow out, sort of affords ideal position for the other yellow end. That looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, so he just needs to make sure that he could possibly, if he's not on quite the right, not straight enough, he could possibly top this in off the bottom cushion. He wants to be fairly straight on his penultimate yellow so that he can just roll it in. Looks like he's topping it with a bit of check side. Oh no, he obviously didn't have that angle. That's a great shot.
That is, isn't it?
That is a really good shot. Had to be so precise there.
I think that's absolutely perfect, isn't it? I think that's
he can top this in. He's actually got a nice little bit of angle.
So right side of straight, isn't it?
Yeah, really, really good shot there from Mark. As you'd expect.
I think
Go
think
around
he's
the
got the angle.
two cushions.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been an impressive start from both, but I mean,
No
you know,
misses, I don't think.
no, it's been 100% pull so far. Yeah, it's a nice, lovely finish there from Marc.
Yeah, great standard from these two. Anybody got any questions for us? Please feel free to write in the chat box.
So there's the beautiful trophy. Someone's going to be lifting that Sunday evening, along with £13,000, and the title of the third event in this year's Supreme Pool Series. There's a lot of action before we get anywhere near that that stage.
And just update you, Mike King did take that frame against John, so he's 4-all now. He's looking good for 5-4 now as well. I know there's a lot of people supporting Mike King from down our way in Devon, so just to keep you updated.
Frame 5, Cowboys to break, 2 frames apiece.
The first dry break of the match from Karl. Looks like Marc may be forced into taking yellows here. Don't think he can see a red to pot direct. Again, this is a fairly tough table in terms of the position of the balls. So, not really much of a surprise. Marc didn't fancy that. And he's put it over to Karl. So a little bit of a tactical battle. I think really both players would prefer to be reds if possible. And if the red closest to the white passes into the bottom left-hand pocket, which it perhaps it doesn't, or he's too close to it, so another containing shot from Marc. Yeah, and as we said earlier, reds were definitely the preferred balls, and Mark's played a good double there.
There's a few fans asking where the real number 1 is, George Tierney.
I saw him in the kebab shop about an hour ago as I was walking in.
Well, he managed to win his first game, but I think well, Tom Cousins put him away in the next round. Although Georgie's still in the event, but we'll see him again tomorrow in the losers section. Damro Vicker is now 6-3 up on Darryl Whitworth over on table number 8.
Of course, Darryl Whitworth was the conqueror of Phil Harrison earlier on today.
Yeah,
so
took him out.
Darren's doing well there.
I think Darren had, with no disrespect to Darryl was setting himself up if he'd won his opening game to play Phil Harrison. So
Yeah.
a little bit of a
Subconsciously or psychologically, he's probably happier with that draw.
Lee Clough is he's on the hill against David McQuillan.
That's been going on a while, that match.
Yeah, I thought there'd be a bit of mileage in that encounter, a lot of experience, and
Mike King is now 6-4 up against John McAllister. So an opportunity for Karl. Certainly not an easy one.
oh dear, that's gone right.
Well. I think his plan was to double the yellow over to the bottom right hand pocket. But you would think that would be frame over, giving Mark ball in hand,
Yeah,
one free shot.
He's just going to open up his problem cluster of balls here.
Yeah.
Should be plain sailing there, provided he plays this in sort of like a controlled fashion. Yeah, that's good.
That's good, yeah.
Red went one way, black went the other, and in turn that's just opened the other red up. So
yeah, won't be any problems here for Mark.
yeah, just got to mind his work here, but Marc Farnsworth is strong odds on here to take the lead for the first time in the match. Wow.
Did he get a pointing at the red? I don't know if he got a bad contact on that or what.
I did say it would take something unusual for Mark not to clear up from there. And that's what's happened.
You'd have put your house on that, that clearance. Karl will be looking to get onto those problem yellows straight away if he can. Stun across like that.
Yep.
Wants to get that red in if possible. So his only option now would be to drop the yellow in, dead weight, I would have thought. We'll see. May want to leave a little bit of an angle actually so that he can run down for 2 yellows by the black.
That was a better shot than it looked. I mean, he couldn't do anything really with the cue ball. He just had to drop it in, and he was leaving himself with this type of shot. It's just come off the near jaw there. But
he's all right, I think, as well, isn't he? Darren McVicker 7-3 up now against Darryl Whitworth. Sean Chipperfield 6-4 up against Stefan Rosidi. Neil Raybone's 1-11-6 against Gareth Higgins. Michael Hill 6-1 up against Brian Halcrow. As is Karl O'Donoghue against Matthew Schofield.
yeah, so Karl had too much angle there to get on the yellow. He had to sort of go into it, which he's done, and I think it could have been. He hit it pretty sweet. I mean, it could have been kinder to him. I think he's still got a shot, but well, he has still got a shot, but just getting on the black, he's going to have to work the cue ball a little bit here.
Yeah, he's, unless he leaves a cut black.
Yeah.
Which he might be able to do, actually.
Yeah, as long as it's not too thin, as long as it's around sort of like the brown spot, maybe. Wow, yeah.
So did he need to do that? I mean,
surely a player of his
ability
would back himself.
If he could have left the white ball pretty much on the brown spot, as it were.
Yeah.
I'm sure he could have cut the black in.
Yeah.
But perhaps it's thinner than it looks on this camera angle.
So a frame that would have really hurt Marc Farnsworth if he lost. Looks as if he will eventually win it. I mean, that would have been a bit of a gut punch if to Marc if he lost that frame.
Yeah, and normally you don't get too many chances against Marc, and so it's those little ones like that you need to take, really, if you're going to win the match. Karl will know that, and he'll be trying to forget that as soon as he can and get on with the next frame.
Okay, so Marc Farnsworth takes the lead for the first time in the match, and it's 3-2. Okay, just a quick update of a few of the other scores going on in the arena. With Darren Appleton's actually 5-3 down to Liam Watt. I think Darren was 3-0 up in that game. Might have been wrong, but he's 5-3 down now anyway. Craig Marsh is 1-0 with Martin Hazel. Jordan Shepherd. I think Jordan might be dangerous this weekend.
He's another one been on a bit of a vein of form, hasn't he, recently?
And he's come through a deciding frame finish against Ben Davies as well. And I think he'll be another player to really look out for.
Yeah.
Dave Fernandez is now 4-2 up on Callum Singleton.
Mike King looks to be going 8-4 up against John McAllister.
Okay.
If he can.
Okay, so a bit of a messy table at the minute. It's going to be a couple of puzzles he's going to have to unravel here.
Yeah.
I'm guessing at some point. Of course, he's on. Darren Revicker's now 8-3 up against Darryl Whitworth. Sean Chipperfield is 6-1 up against Stefan Rizidi. I think Stefan's come back into that match. I think Sean might have been 6-1 up, so Stefan's got himself right back in that encounter. Ian Alley's on the hill against Rich Wharton. He's 10-3 up.
Yeah, Mike King did take that frame, so he's now 8-4 up against John McAllister, so doing really well.
Yeah, so just a little bit of jogging for position here in this this frame. Yeah, just containing shot really. There's
It's a nice shot there from Mark. Almost forcing Karl to play the red by the yellow. I just want to give a shout out to Nick Finn and hope you're well, mate. I know everybody is missing your dulcet tones. I'm sorry that I've muddied the waters having to come and do a bit of commentary, but I'm doing my best for you, mate, and hope the surgery went well. So hope the operation went nice and clean. It's a good shot there from Mark.
yeah, he's changed the complexion of his frame, although he's still got a fair amount of work to do.
Yeah, sort of skidded off the first ball, and that in turn cannoned.
So Peter in the YouTube chat box has asked, do they have different breaking cues to playing cues? You find quite a lot of players now deploy a break cue. More often not really, just to maintain their sort of main playing cue. So you will see a lot of players using the break cue. Sort of, you go back sort of 4 or 5 years ago, it would have been unheard of in the English 8-ball world. But I think pretty much everybody now has at least experimented with using a break cue.
Thank you for the pictures, Nick. Looks like everything's going well, and looks like you're doing really well there, mate. So good for you. And yeah, thanks for the images. So Karl has definitely got a lot to do. He's got a chance of winning this frame. Would have liked that white tucked right behind the red if possible, but I think Marc can see one of his yellows. Maybe not quite directly, but can easily swerve it. Darren McVicker has now gone 9-3 up against Daryl Whitworth. Sean Chipperfield 7-5 up against Stefan Rezidi. Josh Kane 7-3 up against Yannick Bolfeast. And Jake Dillon New Love is 8-5 up against Daz Lightfoot. Mick Hill 7-2 up against Brian Halcrow. Karl O'Donoghue 8-1 up against Matthew Schofield. So that's some of the results that are going on currently. Darren Appleton 5-all with Liam White. And Martin Hazel 2-1 up against Craig Marsh.
It was a little bit unlucky there, Karl, was he potted his ball and was trying to clatter into the yellow of the bottom left-hand pocket, but contacted the red instead.
Jake Dillon New Love has been playing very good pool, actually, from what I've seen today. Storming through the first round.
He's certainly one of the most improved players in the last couple of years.
Yeah. Well. Oh, I was just about to say, it looks for all the world like Karl has turned this frame around, and that one's not gone to plan, so opportunity now for Marc. John McAllister's pulled one back against Michael King. 8-5 he trails.
Okay, so I think Mark has lined himself up for a skill shot here. The red is in the jaws of the pocket, so he'll fancy making this. As with all skill shots, you have to got to judge it well. So it can make you look a little bit silly when you play a skill shot and it doesn't come off. So here we go. Going to see him pop the yellow and the red. No, just hung.
Yeah, and that will be all she wrote for this frame, you would think.
Yep.
So looking very much like 3 apiece.
Greg was just insulted by a fly there. Everybody, if you wonder what
They shouldn't.
sharp intake of breath was.
They don't pay any rent. They shouldn't be on me.
So, this black for 3 frames all for Karl boys. There we go, 3 frames all, and it's now a race to 8.
Just to go around the room again with the scores.
Downright Vickers wasting no time against Mr. Whitworth. He's now 10.
10-3 up. Wow.
Lee Clough has still not managed to quite go over the line against David McQuillan. He's still, I think he was 10-4, but he's 10-7. It's been 10-7 for quite a long time as well, so I think there might be a bit of a tactical affair going on there.
Yeah. Harjit Singh trails 2-1 against Jordan Shepherd. Callum Singleton's 5-2 down against Dave Fernandez.
The tournament fave, Mikel, is 7-2 up against Brian Halcrow.
Yeah. Josh Kane is now pulled 7-3 ahead against Yannick. And Stefan Rizidi is locked at 7-all with Sean Chipperfield. John McAllister's pulled another one back against Mike. It's now 8-6 to Mike King. So that one's getting interesting. I think McAllister trailed 9-4 against Fitzsimons earlier on today and managed to win 11-10. So clearly didn't seem to bother him going behind.
No, he has got a really good temperament, as he sort of John McAllister, very
rock solid,
quite unflappable.
You can see Sanjay Patel there in the background watching on, and quite a few people in here tonight.
Peter's asked in the chat box whether or not the winners. I think what he's asking is if the unbeaten qualifiers will go in like a separate pot to those who are on the loser side. So, or is it completely random draw? Greg, do you know for the last 16?
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. As we just see, wow, it's a bad miss from Mark.
Yeah.
And Karl was straight out of his chair there.
Yeah, unexpected.
Yeah. So no, I'm not too sure on that one. It's a good question. I'll try and get the answer for you. I've just asked the question for you, and I'll hopefully have an answer shortly.
So in the meantime, Karl's trying to make most of the unexpected miss from Mark. Yeah, that's not a nice shot. Should be no issues here. You just dig into this a little bit. Use the right side cushion. Sorry, left side cushion.
Yeah, it's nicely done. I see Drew Hughes won against Ronan McCarthy.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was quite well behind in that match. He won 11-10.
Wow.
Craig Money-Making Lakin has won 11-10 against Eddie Barker.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of people around the table there. I think
A lot of bets on.
A lot of bets on. But I think Craig draws a crowd anyway with the way he plays. So
Yeah.
yeah, there was quite a bit of interest in the conclusion of that game, and he did. I think Eddie Barker did have half a chance in the decider, but in the end, Craig got the job done.
Mike King has moved 9-6 ahead now against John McAllister, so 2 away from a really good win there. Yannick Lofeast is 8-3 down against Josh Kane, and Sean Chipperfield is 8-7 up against Stefan Rosidi. Daz Lightfoot is 10-5 down against Jake Dylan Newlove. Michael Hill 7-2. Karl O'Donoghue 10-2 up against Matthew Schofield. And Dave Fernandez 6-2 up against Callum Singleton. Jordan Shepherd locked at 2 each with Harjit Singh. Craig Marsh 3-2 up against Martin Hazel. And Darren Appleton 6-5 against Liam White. Chris Melling looks like he's just started against Richard Swaffield 2-0 up. And Ryan Clark obviously just started against Jordan Church 0-0.
That's a nice break there from Mark.
That was a very good break. I think it was, yeah.
Good chance here to strike back immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got Daz Dio Bear in the chat box talking about money-making Lakin. Yeah, very dangerous player when he's on it. Very entertaining to watch. And he's actually halfway through, so he needs to win 2 more matches to book his place in the last 16. if anybody's got any questions or any queries about the rule sets, or the tournaments, or anything in general, give us a contact us on social media. Players Pool Events do have a Twitter account now as well. The Twitter handle is socialppe. So if you're on Twitter, we'd really appreciate a follow. We are also using the hashtag Supreme Pool Series. Like I say, we're just trying to obviously raise awareness, outside of the pool Q Sports community. So hopefully benefiting everybody. So if you could use that hashtag as well, that'd be really appreciated. Got Danny Alam asking about how much the game is worth. This game itself isn't worth, the winner doesn't guarantee themselves money, but the winner of the tournament will get £13,000 on Sunday evening, which is quite comfortably the highest amount of the highest first prize given out in the world, English pool world this year. So it is a lot of money for our sport, but that's what the Supreme Pool Series is all about. It's obviously about raising the profile of sport, giving big prize pots, and getting all the best players playing together under one roof. Mike King's actually gone 10-6 up now against John McAllister. Darren Appleton is now 7-5 up on Liam White. Chris Melling is 3-0 up on Richard Swaffield. Dave Fernandez, who joined us in the commentary box earlier, he's now 7-2 up on Callan Singleton.
Frame 9, Karl to break. 4 frames each.
And Mick Hill's 8-2 up against Brian Halcrow. So here we go, we're locked at 4-all. Cowboys to break. Oh, he's unlucky there. He hit them well, and the cue ball's been bounced about a bit, and it's gone in off, and that could be that for Mr. Boys in this frame. Sean Chipperfield is 9-7 up against Stefan Rizidi. Josh Kane is doing a bit of a number on Yannick Beaufils. He's 9-3 up.
Darren McVicker's had a great result, 111-3 against Darren Whitworth. That's a big win.
I mean, especially with Darryl. I mean, he beat, Phil Harrison earlier on, so he'd been buzzing.
Yeah, last winner of the tournament, Phil Harrison. That's a great win. So Darren will be chuffed to bits with that.
We'll just reiterate that Phil isn't out at the competition. It pushes him into the loser's side, so he could still come back. But it's even for someone as strong as Phil Harrison, that's going to take some effort to get through now.
Yeah.
Needs that to hold up, and it has. Ooh, wow. That is very unusual. Wow, it would be seething inside there, Mark, because he's completely thrown up the chance to go 5-4 up there, and just gifted it to his opponent. Be interesting to go back to that shot if we can.
No, I don't think we can this time, but looked a bit like, did he just hit it badly, or?
Yeah, he was obviously sort of. I actually blinked, but I think he was obviously going into the black, but
Yeah.
not in that obviously fashion. Yeah, Oliver Smith in the YouTube chat box is asking about betting. The official bookmaker of the matches is Jed Ronan. He's only betting actually on site for this event, so if you do want to put a bet on this, you really need to contact somebody who's at the venue so they can put the bets on for you, because he sort of releases the prices for each session in ample time, so you can put the bets on. But he was previously doing it over like Facebook, but because he was sort of inundated by so much interest, it was getting very difficult for him to sort of keep tabs of who bet on what and at what point. So it's just purely at the minute on-site betting with Jed Ronan. So anyway, can Mark needs to put that out of his mind what he's done in the last frame. Basically gave the frame away by potting the black accidentally, and that's not a bad start. So just a quick update on one of the other stream tables we're streaming. Mike King's about to pot the black to beat John McAllister 11-6. That's for some people that would be marked down as an upset, and certainly with the form John McAllister's in, I can see people who say that, but we know how accomplished Mike King is as a player, so that's no surprise to me at all. Like we say, that doesn't mean John is out of the competition. It just puts another absolute stellar name onto the losers section. This losers section is certainly mountain, isn't it, Greg?
Yeah. Yeah, the net list of names is just a joke.
And most of the action sort of tomorrow morning until sort of late afternoon will be sort of losers round action. So we're going to see a lot of big matchups and losers round. So
yeah,
it should be a great day's viewing tomorrow with Beard Productions here live at the venue.
Where are you staying, Mike? You in the Travelodge?
I believe so, yeah. Wherever,
you haven't been there yet, I don't.
No, wherever Mr. McVicker and Mr. Jamie Graham have booked, I'm in there.
They best be waiting for you before they go, will they?
Well, I hope so. I'm a bit stuck, else.
Yeah. I think that may have broke a few accumulators, that match with Mike and John, possibly.
Yeah, I think they had John marked up at 1-3 and Mike King 2-1, which personally I think that was certainly quite a bit of value on Mike King. So anyway, whilst I've been waffling on, Mark has gone about these professionally. I say put the disappointment of the last frame behind him, and very good finish there, and it's back to 5-all. Yeah, a few people saying about King putting on a clinic. I was keeping an eye out on one of our monitors here, and he did, every time I sort of turned around, he seemed to be potting balls.
Yeah, well, I'm able to keep an eye on it. We've got a few monitors here in the commentary box. So I've been watching quite a bit of that as well, and yeah, he played brilliantly. Full credit to him. Broke really well, and you know, that's the name of the game.
So how do you see the second half of the match going? It's been. I mean, it was a fast start, wasn't it? They both broken.
Yeah,
broken just I think a few times, and
frames have gone a bit scrappy recently. So obviously, we are pushed back against Marc, but it really does depend on. I mean, that's another monster break from Karl. Got so much stink on that ball, and yeah, these yellows I would have thought were finished.
We got Tubi Maguire in the chat box saying about how good the losers side is going to be.
Yeah, just talking about that, weren't we?
Darren Appleton's now 8-6 up on Liam White. Craig Marsh, we haven't really talked much about Craig Marsh, but he won his match earlier today, and now he's 6-2 up on Martin Hazal.
Great player, Marsh, isn't he?
Yeah.
Jake Dillon Newlove has won against Daz Lightfoot, 11-6. Michael Hill, 10-2 up against Brian Halcrow. So and Carl Morris is playing Gavin Robinson, although they're 0-0 at the moment. Perhaps they're waiting for a table, I don't know.
I think there's enough tables available. I think it's having a bit of a protracted start to that match.
Just a few names for you all about who's in the losers section. Ben Davies, Liam Dunster, Simon Fitzsimons, Sean Story, Phil Harrison, Scott Ross. Who else have we got? Mark Boyle.
Yeah, it's a nice shot from Karl there.
Carl Sutton, Rob Chilton.
That's just ridiculous now. I mean,
that's just a who's who, isn't it? That's just a name but a few.
You could cover up like the winners and losing sections and wouldn't know which side was which.
No.
So Karl's taken out a nice finish there, and I was interested to see how well Karl would play. I didn't watch him in the opening event, the Jason Owen Open. I know you missed the Strachan Cup, but I didn't watch Karl in the first event. I was just wondering how we get back on, you know, how he'd be on the smaller table and smaller equipment. But what I've seen of this match, he's there's no problem at all.
No, he's adapted perfectly, and definitely a game on, as they say.
So our friend Peter in the chat box thinks it's going all the way, but Mark's just edging it.
Frame 12, Marc Farnsworth, trailing 6 frames to 5.
So let's see if Mark can get a good break now. It's come up dry.
Time running.
Jordan Church has taken an early 2-1 lead against Ryan Clark. ideal for Mark. Just looking for the cue ball further up the table than that, but still got a shot on.
So he's going to play the double now, you think? Possibly stunned down for the yellow closest to the bottom cushion.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going a different way.
Okay.
Perhaps he can cut this in and...
It's an interesting shot selection, isn't it?
yeah, not sure.
He's got quite a bit of work to do here then.
Perhaps he wasn't on double how he wanted it, you know.
Daz in the chat rooms asked why said he can't see Jason Shaw's name in the draw. Yeah, you're right. He's not in the draw. He's not here for this event. I'm not sure why. I don't know if he's got any commitments with obviously 9 ball or anything like that. But he's not here for this event. But he should be back for the K8.com Classic at the end of September. That's a great recovery he's done there, Greg. Isn't it? I mean, he was in a bit of pickle a minute ago.
Yeah, perhaps that was his route all along, and
Yeah.
if so, he's taken these out really well. I think he's got a perfect angle just to sort of stun into the red. I think that's fine. That's a really nice finish.
Yeah, it is, wasn't it?
They weren't easy.
So, Marc Farnsworth draws level once again. It's 6 frames all, so now it's a best of 9 to get through to the 3rd tier of the competition.
Yeah, I think the winner of this match meets Mike King, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And obviously Mike's just come off a brilliant win against John, so he'll be confident. And
well, he'll fancy his chances against him.
yeah, it'll be a tough match for
whoever
whoever he
he plays.
gets.
Yeah, a few comments about what a nice finish that was from Mark. I thought a couple of times that might have been the end of the road for that frame, but he pulled out a couple of great shots. That's another crunching break from Karl. Is he going to find anything? No.
You got to feel a bit of grief when you hit them that well and don't get a ball.
Just wondering, can he play the yellow red plan
yeah.
there? And
A quick look at that myself. I think that's on, and if it is, then it's a shot he'll definitely be playing, because frees up the reds then, doesn't it?
yeah, you think the yellow will be pushed out of the way, and then
looks like he's going for it.
doesn't want to. But yeah, that's well.
It's not too bad,
Do you
is
think
it?
he can play off the top yellow? Do you think there's
I think
just
it's
enough gap there?
bit tight. I think he'd probably get a double kiss if he... I might be wrong, but...
Depends how far it is away from the cushion, I guess. doesn't
Yeah.
it? people asking about a few of the 9-ball players coming back playing 8-ball, I think, purely because of the prize money. And also, you know, the natural instinct of wanting to play in the big competitions. It's great to see, like, Appleton and Shaw and Boys and Melling all involved.
Yeah, I think also Lee Kendall, you know, has known most of those guys for years anyway, and so he was he was instrumental probably in getting them involved, as well as like you say, it's an attractive tour in terms of the prize money that's on offer, in terms of the quality of the tables you're playing on. You know, it's
prestige. It's
so. And you know, at the end of the day, most if not all pool players generally just want to play in big events, and you know, they just want to play pool, don't they? So good for all. So Mark will probably play on the lower yellow if it goes directly into the bottom left-hand pocket, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Judging on with the angle he's got on this red, or it looks like he's topping it through. So he's played the cannon instead, and he's played it perfectly.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gorgeous shot there, just nudge the yellow out of the way.
And that will be 7-6 now to Mark. Game's picked up again in terms of the standard. It's gone back to like it was at the start, no miss pool.
Yeah. Yep, no issues there. There's going to be no issues with the black, and Marc Farnsworth's going to retake the lead at 7-6. Needs 4 more to get through to the next stage of the competition. It's 2 minutes.
Frame 14. Marc Farnsworth to break, leading 7 frames to 6. Time off. seconds.
Oh dear. Well, I don't know what's happened there, but it didn't look like he cued it very well. That's handed a opportunity to Mark. Very nicely cued there from Mark. Not sure if he needs to cannon into the black and yellow that are together, or whether the yellow passes the red into the left-hand bottom pocket. Soon see. Just in time, managed to play that. Bry Wolstenholme. This is being played at the Players Pool and Snooker Lounge in Stoke-on-Trent. So, delicate little shot here now. Just needs to cue this nicely, which he has. And I think he's got an angle if he needs to develop the black and yellow here off this one. He's just putting his hand up there because it's not what he played. And I'm not sure if he's actually on the yellow closest to the black in a way that he can stun the white up past the middle pocket so that he can play the last yellow. But we'll soon see. That was a good shot from Mark. He's going to need another one. A nice finish there from Mark, and that now takes him 2 in front at 8 frames to 6.
Cowboys to break, trailing 8 frames to 6.
Oh, and that's definitely not what you want. But when you're 8-6 behind, you're just slightly losing the grip on this match now, is Karl. And Marc seems to be getting stronger. And, you can pretty much, you know, you can write this frame off now with ball in hand and 1 free shot as a rule.
Yeah, it was a pretty tasty finish he had the last frame.
Yeah,
I was just standing in the arena there for a few minutes.
Yeah, it was a clinical finish, as we come to expect. That's a nice shot there from Marc.
That's just knowledge, isn't it? That's
I didn't even see that shot, so it just says it all. But
well, everything's there now, isn't it? It's
yeah,
absolutely
dot to dot now, isn't
it's
it?
that one.
These two in the top side of the table, and then he'll move his way down for choice of probably any 4, to be honest. Yeah, this is definitely 9-6.
Yep, this is all gravy. Karl Morris and Gavin Robinson, I think they're going to be
they
taking the milk in, aren't they?
They've clearly just gone on. It's only 2-0 to Karl against, he's playing Gavin Robinson. Sean Chipperfield 111-8. That's going to be a long old match though, isn't it, if they've only just gone on?
I think, I'm not 100% sure that Sean might be playing Darren in the next round.
Ah, okay. Darren McVicker.
If that is the case,
Well,
I'm
what
not
a
quite
match
sure.
up.
I mean, that would be, wow.
If all goes to plan, that could be done and dusted in 20 minutes.
Yeah. I might check Q score on it, but that would be.
I'll have a look now. Let's have a look
absolutely
now.
Humdinger.
Sorry, guys. Just gonna. Oh, hang on. Past it. Yeah, you are correct. Tomorrow at 4,
Wow.
Sean Chipperfield and Darren
Wow,
McVicker.
that's pay-per-view, I think.
That really is. It's going to be some match.
In the meantime, Marc predictably took his opportunity there, and he's now 9-6 in front. I think he was 6-5 down, so he's got a bit of head of steam on.
Yeah.
Sorry, die in the chat box. We are we're fairly close to the table, so we can't be too loud, unfortunately.
16, Marc Farnsworth to break, leading 9 frames to 6.
So, Marc would like a break dish from here to be on the hill.
I mean, he's made a ball, but I don't think they separated very well. He seemed to.
No, he
couple
caught
of
the
them
front
just,
ball about half ball, didn't he? So he
Yeah.
probably lost quite a bit of power. As you say, as it turns out, though, it's not too bad. Which of the balls would you be going for here, Michael? Put you on the spot.
Yeah. I think there's only one problem, Red. But I mean,
10 seconds.
it's obviously all about opening this. I mean, the yellow does. Yeah, see, he's gone straight for it. He just needs a nudge. Wow. It's like more of a nudge than that.
Yeah,
but,
he's unlucky there, but he's got another opportunity
Yeah.
now if he wants. Maybe off the one closest to the black even. Don't
Yeah.
know. I would imagine he'd probably prefer to play it off of that one. Well, he definitely would. Wants a cannon into the yellow if possible.
Oh, I think that's popped. Yeah, no.
Did that pop out?
I don't think it popped. I think it just hit, you know, the jaws. It sounded quite thuddy.
Yeah. Tough shot that though, because he had to play it with quite a bit of force.
Yeah.
And if you're just slightly off in those middle pockets, they won't take them. So Karl really needs to step in now and take advantage, doesn't he? That's a very good shot.
I think that was the key to the frame there for Karl.
Yeah. And with it being Karl's break next, he potentially could be just one behind.
Yeah, he could get right back into the mix in a minute.
It's a great thing about this game, in the blink of an eye, you know, from a match that looks to be all but over or close to being over, one missed shot can just turn it around.
Yeah.
You can lose a couple of frames. Big shot.
Yeah, cued that well. Struck it well.
Did cue that well. He's took these out confidently.
Yeah. Got his hard work out of the way with his first shot, getting the yellow off the cushion. And as you say, that gets him to within 2 of Marc, and this is
his break.
His break. He would have the break if he managed to get to a decider. He would have the break in the decider. So if you could somehow just eke out one of the frames on Marc's break, you know, perhaps fancy his chances in a decider. Peter just asking in the YouTube chat box whether or not the final will be late on Sunday. They're hoping, we're hoping that the final will be around about 7 o'clock Sunday evening. That's one of the reasons why they've altered the schedule and format. So hopefully won't be too late Sunday evening.
Frame 17, Cowboys to break, trailing 9 frames to 7.
So Karl, his previous break was massive, but he didn't manage to get a ball, so let's see how he gets on this time. Again, he's absolutely crunched them, but nothing.
Nope.
Let's try again.
Yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it? Yeah, it's a nice shot there from Marc, just trying to get a bit of control in the frame.
Yeah, it's a clever shot, isn't it? It's a good tactic to employ in black ball, putting the white ball close or on top of your opponent's ball limits their options as to what they can actually do, and providing this red that Marc's closest to doesn't go past the yellow into the bottom left hand pocket as we look at it, then that's a pretty good shot from Karl. If it doesn't pot and it just goes past, potentially Marc could play. No, he's just going to play a little containing shot, and that's a good shot, isn't it?
Yeah,
He snookered on everything.
Keeps him with the upper hand.
Yeah. Oh.
That's not bad at all. That's not a bad outcome. So just a quick, whilst we're going a bit of a downtime in this frame, just a quick look at the scores around the arena. Jordan Church is now 4-3 up on Ryan Clark. Chris Melling is 8-3 up on Richard Swaffield. Darren Appleton's 9-7 up on Liam White. Craig Marsh is on the hill versus Martin Hazal. He's 10-4 up. Jordan Shepherd's just shading it at the minute against Harjeet Singh. He's 6-5 up. Carl Morris and Gavin Robertson have made a little bit of progress, but it's still only 2-all, so I think that's going to be a bit of a late night finish. And Josh Kane is 10-7 up against Yannick Beaufils of France.
So Yannick making a bit of a comeback in that match, because I think he was 8-3 behind at one stage.
Oh.
So
As you say that's the scores disappeared from our screen, so I presume Josh has finally got over the line. Oh, where's this going? Wow.
that's one way of putting it.
Yeah.
Good shot there from Marc. He's going to try and attempt to pot the red onto the red, I'd have thought.
Yeah, I was about to say he's going to have to play it off the red and need to push the red.
Because that will clear the red
out
into open play. But he's still got a lot of work to do to clear this frame.
Well, he's obviously opened the red up, but he's going to be hard pressed to clear up from here.
Let's see what he can come up with. Looks like he's playing a deep screw. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, he could get into that a bit more than what I thought he could. So
he's got a couple of options now. He can, well, he's going to play the cannon presumably into the gap. It's quite a big area.
it is, isn't it? Because it's sort of like two balls. I mean,
Not only that
yellow.
though, if he can get in the gap, or even pretty close to full ball on the black, then the black's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
And
quite a big target, isn't it? It's just not just.
He should have a good chance of being on this if he can get in the gap or close to it.
Oh, he's got into it too much. Oh, does the
goes up the top?
Goes, yeah,
goes up
goes
the
the top as well. Yeah.
So big shot though now.
Yeah.
And normally Mark is goes in the middle. Look.
Wow, there's happy
Even
days
better.
for Mr.
Even better for
Farnsworth
Mark.
there.
Yeah.
So he's on the hill. Just a quick hello to Mr. Moyles, Mr. Calcutta himself. Hope you're enjoying the stream, Kev. As you see, it's past midnight, but there's still quite a few people in the arena.
Yeah, looks like Darren McVicker there and Jamie Graham. They're waiting for you. Hopefully they can give me a lift back to the travel lodge as well. I don't fancy.
I'm sure if you ask Mr. Graham kindly,
I don't fancy walking back on my own. I could get beat up or anything. You just don't know. So. I mean, so that is now 10-7 to Mark, and it's going to be a hard push to lose from here, Mike.
You'd think so. It's not beyond the realms of possibility, but got to fancy. Well, Mark's got 2 breaks. Hopefully, from his perspective, he'll only need 1.
Yeah. And it is Mark to break, isn't it?
Yeah. Harjeet's just levelled it up against Jordan Shepherd, so that's 6 frames all.
Hopefully we can get breakfast on the go tomorrow then, mate. Me, you, Kingy.
Hopefully, Mr. Batten. Hopefully.
Jamie.
Straight in. So Karl needed, a couple of things to go his way, and that's one of them. If he is going to get back into the match somehow. So Mr. Moyles didn't actually invest, although he did get half of Max Nosko in the Calcutta. So
he doesn't need to invest. He's
he's
about £1 million up, isn't he?
Maybe he's just quitting while he's extremely far in front of everybody else.
Yeah. I believe. Yeah. So.
That's a nice shot from Karl. It's not quite worked out exactly how he would have liked it to, but he's got it closer proximity to the other yellows, so opportunity to develop it. There might be a chance of this yellow into the bottom right-hand pocket here, if he really does want to move it. Okay, well, the way he was lining that up, it looks like he wants to play he's going to play the plant. But he's just got to control this because the yellow's going to be coming away. Ooh.
Oh, is he okay? It's not perfect, is it?
It's hard to tell. I mean, he can only hit one side of the cue ball as well. He could.
I think as long as he can get into the bottom of the white, he can cannon the red.
Yeah.
You know, sort of opposite the yellow that he's playing, and he should be fine.
I think he's going to be okay. He just got. So that's.
It's no good.
Oh.
I don't think that's any good.
No. Just have a look to see. Yeah. That's.
And the problem is he can't just drop this in because he'll be snookered on the
No,
black.
he's got to get the cue ball out, hasn't he?
This is tough now. Although having said that, he could hit the bottom cushion first, couldn't he, and get out that way, perhaps. Got to give this a bit of pace. It's a lovely shot.
He's done well to get out there.
Yeah, really good shot.
So he's just got to hold himself here and.
He's playing this quick.
Yep,
Nice
no
and
problems for
confident.
Karl, and it's 10-8, so he's keeping himself in the match, and it is his break next. So
Yeah, it's been a good match, this has.
yeah, he could obviously try to apply as much pressure on Marc as he can when Marc does have the opportunity to.
Yeah, if he
win
can
the match.
if he can nick the next one, then he's right there.
Frame 19, Cowboys to break, trailing 10 frames to 8.
See, Karl actually puts his bridge angle on the table for the break. Is that something that you experimented with or thought about doing? Or?
Yeah, I've tried that a couple of times.
Time
I like the fact that he changed it actually, because his previous break, as big as it was,
Yeah.
it wasn't reaping any
wasn't,
rewards
yeah, it
for the
wasn't.
last few, so he's changed it. I've been known in the past myself to just stick with one break and let it punish me all the way through the match without changing it. So it's a good thing to have in your arsenal to be able to sort of swap around your breaks, and it's worked for him. He's got a ball, but again, it's not come out perfect. He's going yellows by the looks of it.
Karl Morris has won that fifth frame. That seemed to take a fair while. So Karl's now 3-2 up on Gavin Robinson.
Yeah, Darren Appleton is 9-8 up against Liam White.
Chris Melling's on the hill against Richard Swaffield.
Yeah. Clint Ianson there in the background, chatting to Luke Wrigglesworth, and there's Ronan McCarthy also watching. Karl's putting up a good,
Yeah, he's
good
put up
showing
good
here.
resistance here, isn't he? He's
Not giving up. A lovely shot there.
yeah, that's all right. For a minute, I thought he might be getting a bit too close to the yellow, but he's played it well.
Just pointing his tip of the cue where he wants the white ball to be for his next shot. Ideally, well, it looks like the black only goes into the side and bottom pocket.
Ooh,
He's it.
need to. Oh,
I think he's just
got
on
through.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, he was just pointing where he really wanted it, but he's a good, possibly even like maybe a foot out.
Do you think he can play this thin enough to actually miss the black and then come up the other side? So he needs to impart a little bit of side on this, or alternatively he's got to sort of power it in, and yeah, that's what he's looking at now. So I think he's going to cut this in, bit of run inside, miss the black hopefully, and then come up the other side of it. Ideally he could do a cannon in one of the reds. So here we go. Yeah, and unfortunately, look, he caught the yellow thin.
He's
and
missed both, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So, well, here we go then for Marc Farnsworth. Golden opportunity to finish the match here and now.
You would have thought that's probably all she
Yeah.
wrote from here.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it was a shot before, wasn't it, that caused the trouble. I think the bottom red, he can hit enough of that. That's not going to be an issue. He can hit enough of that to pot it, so everything's there.
Yeah, doesn't need to do anything
Yeah, that's
too extravagant, does he? As
Yeah.
you can see there on that angle, everything goes. Probably want to try and get on the... Well, it doesn't matter actually. He can take him out anyway, can't he? So.
I think he might even be on it now.
Yeah,
I think he
is.
I
actually.
think can hit enough of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
you can see.
enough of the red sticking out there. So what's your assessment been of Mark's performance? It's
Yeah, I think he's put on a professional
yeah.
performance. He's been pretty rock steady.
He's took out some, a couple of brilliant clearances as
Yeah,
well. A couple
yeah.
of them from
He had a couple of dips in the match where he's missed a couple, but apart from that, he's been really solid.
yeah.
And Karl's also played his part. He's played well.
Yeah. Karl impressed me sort of early doors. We know he's a class player, but I was just wondering how he sort of makes a transition from obviously the.
No, it's been a really good match between these two players, and looks like we're going to be saying congratulations to Marc Farnsworth,
Yeah.
and unlucky to Karl, but good luck in the losers' side. I'm sure he'll put up a good show in there as well. In the minefield, they say.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't take any risks there. Just knew the black would be easy enough, so didn't need to get too close to the black. So this black for Marc Farnsworth to seal a 11-8 win. Yeah, professional performance there from Marc. I mean,
yeah, he'll be chuffed with his day's work there, and he'll look forward to another meeting. I think, as I say, he's playing Mike King tomorrow. That'll be at 4 o'clock, so that'll be another great match.
That'll be a great game. Well, thank you, Greg, for coming in the box with me for that game.
No, thank you for having
hope
me.
You enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did, and thanks for everyone for watching.
Yep.
See you again.
I think Marc is going to be interviewed by Lee Kendall, possibly, in the interview room. We're just waiting out to find confirmation of that. We usually sort of interview the winners, so there could be an interview coming up in a few minutes' time, so if you want to sort of hang on to find if that's the case. The next live action on the table is actually not going to be now until the morning. It's going to be 9 o'clock, where we begin the losers' side. So people who lost in the first round today will be appearing on Saturday morning. Like I say, there's quite a lot of big names in the losers section, so be sure to tune in, because there's going to be some great clashes throughout the entire day tomorrow on Beard Productions. So like I say, there might be an interview. I'm not sure if Lee Kendall's about. If there is, it'll be over the next couple of minutes. If not, join us tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, where we'll bring you more action from the 2018 Supreme Masters. Thanks for listening. Good night.
To there, it's like mine, past it and sort of like got it that way.
Okay, just to confirm everybody that there isn't going to be an interview with Marc. It's obviously sort of getting on a bit, so we'll leave that there. Like I say, the next action is going to be tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, where we begin on the losers section, where, like I say, there's a lot of big names sort of in that section. So be sure to join us tomorrow at 9 o'clock here on Beard Productions. We'll bring you more action from the 2018 Supreme Masters.